Hi guys, thanks for joining me. I just wanted to go over how to install the Yamaha Stryker and Raider LED adapter kit for the stock bucket on your motorcycle. I'll show you the parts and what they do. This is also after the fact of uninstalling your stock halogen headlight from the motorcycle, and taking off the adapter or the adjustment mount too. This mounting kit will have some adjustment and stability and vibration dampening to it, and I'll go over on how to level that out, and also you can do custom different tilt angles, whatever your preference is. All right, so let's get to it. You're going to be supplied with all of the hardware. All the hardware is going to have thread locking patches on it, and washers as well. You have your key ring, which will be to lock this in place, and it has external threads. And then we'll also have the clamp ring that will go over the aftermarket 5 3/4 LED headlight. And this kit works for most 5 3/4 aftermarket LED headlights with your typical keyed backing. So get that in there. And most of these headlights are designed for Harley Davidson, and that's why I kind of designed this product to fit that large market of headlights. So you have a lot of customizability for the look of your motorcycle. All right, so just using this this is just a headlight I bought off of Amazon, but you can buy these headlights anywhere really, any motorcycle shop that you like. So we're going to take the headlight and we're going to take the key ring. You want the thread inserts to face the outside or away from the lens of the headlight. So we'll put that over. And then you just want to match the keyed slot with the key of the headlight. So right there, that's now locked in, and now we have a flush look to it as well. Now holding the headlight up like this and keeping the key ring flush, we'll take the clamp ring, we'll put that over, and spinning clockwise should tighten that clamp ring on. And what you're going for is you're going for a snug fit. You want to tighten a little bit. You don't want there to be any play within the headlight or the setup. So right now that's pretty good. You don't want to over tighten these products because you can stress the plastic out, and you could create stress cracks and all that. Next, we're going to install the side mounts. So taking your M3 socket head and an M3 Allen wrench, we'll take these side mounts. Okay. Next, we want to construct the adjustments. And what you need is an M4 nylock nut, which is also supplied. All this hardware is supplied. And you want to fit the nylock nut with the flat, larger surface facing up. So you'll put that in that hole. You want that to be aligned. Then you're going to take your M4 by 40, and you're going to insert that. And then using a 5mm socket wrench, or you could use a 9/32, we're gonna spin this down a ways so we can then put the rubber cushion around the thread. So you want to spin it just enough to get the cushion on the rubber padding or sleeve. Now you're going to do this 2 times. There's the front, there's the top and bottom adjustment. After you've completed that, we can put the lock ratchet on. What this does is this will keep this clamp ring in the same position that you had tightened it down. So during normal riding and vibration and all that stuff, it will never loosen up. So we'll install that. That goes on the top right. And this is put on by M2 screws and an M2 Allen wrench. Now the teeth of the ratchet and the teeth of the clamp ring should mesh, mesh without an issue. If you're having an issue, you may want to try tightening a little bit more, or if you over tightened it by a little bit, you might want to loosen it up a little bit. But so once that's tightened, it should look something like that. So now, even if you try to unloosen that, it's not going anywhere. Next, we're going to actually add it to the motorcycle bezel. So depending on what bezel you have, this comes with a lot of stock Strykers. This would be your Raider bezel. It fits either or. So I'm going to just take the nice black matte Stryker bezel and show you how it looks on that. So what you want to do is you want to go over the top and then slide these grommets right over the side mounts. And when you're doing this step, you want to just make sure that the holes are aligned through the grommet. And also you want to make sure that the grommet isn't stressed out or grabbing onto anything. And also you want to notice that this is going to be the top of the bezel in the Stryker. This adjustment is off to the side due to this this ledge right here. So you just want to make sure that you don't have it installed the other way around. So next, using the stock hardware that comes with the Stryker or even the Raider, you want to fish those through and have the T-nut facing away. And then using a Phillips head screwdriver, we're just going to tighten those. Next one. You want these to be pretty snug because these grommets will also take up some of the vibration. So that's the back. Right now you're going to have some play because the adjustments aren't installed, but this is what's going to give you your 5 to 10 degrees of adjustment up and down. So we'll install those adjustments, and that way you can adjust the headlight the way you want it. All right, so taking the hardware you just constructed, we're going to take M3 screws, and using an M3 Allen wrench, we're going to put those on. Now both adjustments, are exactly the same. For a level adjustment, we're going to probably be around 5 to 7 millimeters of screw height, and I'll show you how to actually judge that. All right, now we're doing the top adjustment. Now this may vary slightly depending on the product that you get for hardware wise. These will all be mounted by M3 socket head screws. All right, so now that everything's tightened up, now we can go ahead with a level adjustment. What you're looking for out of these two screws is you want them to be, using a ruler or any way of measuring it, you want them to be from the top of that adjustment piece to the bottom of the head. You want it to be around 6 to 7 millimeters. So we got a little ways to do, or to go and screw those in. So using a 5 millimeter socket head. Now you don't want to over tighten these either, but you want them to be snug enough where it's going to eat up some vibration and it's going to give you a solid direction. That's at about 6.5, so that's fine. And then we're going to go over to this one. That's 5, 6, 6.5. So right there, now that we've done that, you're going to be at a pretty centered level position. This may not suit everyone. You may want more light, higher up, or you don't want light in people's eyes, so you might lower it. But right now I found that that's a pretty good angle for myself, and that's where I keep it at. But you notice that now there's very little play, and any play that you do have gets eaten up by those rubber sleeves and the tension that's on the bezel. If you do want to do like a full low level beam or full high level beam, what you want to do is you want to loosen up both adjustments completely so they're not actually touching the bezel. And then depending on the angle that you want to lower that one all the way until it's touching the bezel, and in the light is angled up the direction that you want. And then take the other adjustment and go all the way until you're touching / a little more, just to eat up some of that vibration as well. And that'll give you a full up or down. And then in between those max and min levels, you can play around a little bit and get the desired direction you want. So that's what the final product is going to look like. And from here we'll go and install it on the motorcycle, and I'll show you how it looks. So we're just going to connect the H4 connector, and you want to kind of fish your wires in there just so there's enough room to get the headlight in. And then obviously that's the top of your headlight. All right. And just make sure your holes are all lined up. Next we're going to take the supplied normal machine screws with a Phillips head. You gotta make sure that you don't lose these bushings. Sometimes they fall out when you take the headlight out. All right. That is what the final product looks like. We'll turn on the bike